Hello everyone. Today's a really exciting day. I'm actually being allowed to come back into my school so that I can actually start moving things around. So I thought I'd take you along with me and to show you basically my planning process and how I go about setting up my classroom. I know that as a first year teacher, I was very overwhelmed and I didn't know how to set up a room properly and where to put things, and then I would change it again. And so I just wanted to take you along with my mind, my process, and my thinking. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you like these type of videos, make sure to mention in the comment section below. It is now 12:15 and I had to sign up with my school as to what time I was going to be coming into the building, and I had to wait till the previous person that was using my classroom to move out their things, so now it's actually available. And so yeah, I'm on my way to work right now. It's gonna take me about 20-25 minutes to get there. So for those of you who don't know me, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Hemphill. I'm an ELD or ESL specialist in the state of Pennsylvania, and I make teaching tips for ESL teachers, new teachers, seasoned teachers, everywhere in between. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll take you with me. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Even though I've been teaching for over 20 years, in this particular building, I have been moved 5 different times. So with every move, I have to rethink and reconfigure my classroom and how we're going to work things. Here's the tricky part, and I'll explain more when we get to the building. Because of COVID-19 and our school district and how we're handling it, we're actually gonna be going through 3 different phases. Phase 1, I'll be teaching from my classroom and my students will be home. And then January, they're hoping to move into phase 2, where the students will be divided into 2 different groups. It's Group A, Group B. So some students will come in during certain days, while the others that are not coming in will be at home doing the coursework and then flip-flopping, so that there's 50% capacity in our building. And then phase 3 would be everyone coming fully back into the classroom again. So the tricky part is that we're thinking, and I've been planning together with my principal about how to schedule the students in such a way, which I'll share with you, to make sure that when everyone comes back, we can adequately fit the students in the small room. And I'll explain everything once we get to the classroom and how the setup is, but I have a lot of things running through my mind, so I just want to share this with you because I know that a lot of teachers feel that, well, seasoned teachers, they have it all together, but we don't. You know, we're just as stressed and overwhelmed as you are, and I hope that you can feel that you're not alone and we're on this journey together. And it's going to be okay. I really do feel that, you know, at the end of the day, we are going to make this work for our students, what's best for our students and everything with all these different things going on. But anyway, I have to get going because it's getting late, and I have a lot of work to do with just figuring out the configurations of the classroom and all of that. But I'm so glad that you guys will be able to join me on this, and I will talk more in a couple of minutes when we get there. Okay, well here I am. I'm in the classroom that I had last year. As you can see, there's just a lot of items in here because this is going to become another classroom. And so my job today is because we had to leave abruptly and I never really had a chance to sift through what things I wanted to keep, what things I wanted to throw away. I'm gonna work on that right now, sifting through everything, and then what I'll do is I'll take what I know I'm going to bring to my new classroom so I can show you all what it looks like. And that way I know that the things that I really need will go into that room. And I was kicking myself because I was like, I forgot to bring a trash bag, and luckily they've got trash bags over there. I don't know if you could see it, probably not because I'm too far away. But at least there's trash bags so I can start sorting through things. And really figuring out for sure what I'm bringing to this new room. But the new room, I think it's as small as it is, I think there's going to be ample space for me to keep everything stored away so that everything is, I like things out of sight, and then only the things that students actually need and need to get to out and about. So I'm going to work on that. I don't know if I can get all this done before 3:30, so this definitely, I think it's going to be a 2-trip thing, but that's okay. There is no sign-ups for Friday. Today's Thursday, so hopefully the building will be available to next week so that I can come in and start moving things around. This is a lot more than I thought it was going to entail. I didn't realize how much everything's just all over the place because, like I said, back in March 12th was our last day here, and we literally just could only take our personal belongings, and we had such a short amount of time. So I'm gonna go downstairs to grab some boxes to start loading because I feel like I have to resort and go through everything. I really don't want to bring more things than I need to the new room. I want the things that I bring are the things that I'm actually going to be using, and just throw away the excess. Okay, so update. It's getting a lot better. I feel like I have a long way to go, but it looks worse than what it is. It's funny because I just posted an Instagram story of my room, and it just feels very chaotic, but I think it's because I'm working in such a tight space because they've already brought in the tables that are going to be used for this classroom, so I feel like I'm working in a very tight space. But anyway, let me show you what I've done so far. So I'm basically categorizing everything. So these are like my whiteboard things. Student files are over here, and then I have some materials that I use for phonics with my students. That if you guys are interested in seeing like actually materials that I use with my students, I can do that in a future video. And then over here I have my task cards, and let me tell you, these are amazing. If you're ever looking for ways to get students to have autonomy and independence and be able to know what exactly they need to do, I can do a video about that. But task cards have made such a big difference. I'm passionate about them. I also have task cards for what students are to say with sentence stems and things like that. So anyway, so that's in there. So I'm kind of like trying to put everything that is the same, you know, like here are all my office things like envelopes and things like that, and you know, my file folder. So it looks chaotic, but there definitely is a method to my madness. You know, they're journals or writing journals because we do a lot of writing. So yeah, it looks crazy. I promise you though, it really is coming together. And I'm just going to continue working on here, and then hopefully I can get everything upstairs. Okay, I just brought up a second load. I have one more left in the classroom and I'm officially finished, in the other classroom that is. And then after I put everything down here, I am going to wipe everything down, measure things. Technically, I'm supposed to have left here already. It is already 3:45 and I was supposed to leave here at 3:30, but my principal, he is amazing and he is being flexible. I actually have his elevator keys, so I have to remember to return that to him or he will be coming after me. Okay, just loaded all my stuff. Not all of it, I still have some more things to do, but my goal is today is to measure these windows, because I found a really cool hack on Pinterest where you can take a suspension rod and hang headphones there. And because we rely on that so much, students are not really going to need them yet because we're going to be online. But I am setting my classroom up with the idea in mind that when we do come back, so that they're ready and prepared. And I have some really fun ideas, but I have yet to collaborate and talk to the teacher that I'll be sharing the space with. We all are going to be sharing the same room, but we'll just be using it at different times. I'm going to be using it for 2 blocks. She'll be using it for 2 blocks, and the third teacher. So 6, 7, and 8 ESL students will be, English language learners will be using the classroom. But I don't know, one of the things that I would love to do is I'm working on some mindset posters. So I really can't wait to share those with you. But I'm planning to do like obviously my greetings and my the objective and so forth. But I'm not quite sure on the color scheme yet. I have to talk about that with the teacher I'm sharing the space with. So for those of you who haven't been following me for that long and may not know a little bit about my background and how we do things at my school, is we have adopted a co-teaching model in which I get paired with a content area teacher, and we provide support with one another, and I focus on the language of the lesson, and the other teacher focuses on the content, and we co-plan and we deliver together. There's different co-teaching models, but the co-teaching model that I have adopted is where we share all of the responsibilities, so the students don't really see one teacher as the main teacher and the other teacher as a supporting teacher. They see us both as those teachers. This past year, it was a little more difficult to adapt that model, only because of the fact that I was pulling students for 3 days of the week for almost the entire day for ILET, and which is our intervention program that we use for all of our English language learners. And it is an intervention program that really allows you to really target those specific areas that they're lacking so that they're able to perform better in their classrooms. So because it took a lot of my time and effort, it made it harder. And because whenever we get a new student, I have to test that student and all of the things that comes with that, it gets harder to set aside time to plan with the ELA content teacher, which is where I get paired with. But you don't have to be with the ELA teacher. It's really where the schedule allows. And I love that our building has that flexibility where they really allow us to make those decisions for as we see fit for the best needs of our students. So this year, how it's going to work is I'm actually going to be teaching ILET 5 days a week during 2 periods of the day. So we have 7 periods, and 2 out of those, and we teach 4 cores, but 7 periods the entire building. So like I'll get core 1 and 4 or period 1 and 4, and then there's a 6th grade teacher on the team who's also teaching ILET. She'll use this same room for that purpose, and then we have a 7th grade teacher, same thing. There's not enough room for us all to teach multiple classes of ILET, which is going to be it's going to be very tricky once the students come back from being in quarantine when we're in phase 3, because as you can see with the size of this room, it's really going to be hard. Like you can fit, if you're going to socially distance appropriately, you can only fit, it's best to have 13 tables in here. So I have about 45 students on my roster, so if I'm only teaching 2 periods of IELT, you do the math, it's going to be really difficult. So we're trying to brainstorm and think of maybe I focusing only on beginners and newcomers, and then working with my principal to schedule in such a way that then the other 2 blocks I get to push in or co-teach with the other teacher. I'm curious in the comment section below if you can mention like what are the struggles that you have found in your building to try to meet the needs. I know some of you work across buildings. I've never had that happen. Oh, actually, I'm lying. My first year teaching for the school district, I was teaching between 2 buildings, and it was hard. it was hard, but I made it work. I ran into my co-teacher that I've worked with last year. She and I have so many awesome memories, and she's just such an amazing teacher to work with. And she gave me this book. We're possibly going to be showcasing this book in our classroom next year, so I have never read it. I'm curious if any of you have read it. If you have, let me know. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I have about a 35-minute commute to go home. I can't wait to see my husband and my daughter and our dog Miley. Some of you have been following me, you know our cute little Miley. And thank you so much for spending the day with me and this crazy time of unpacking and moving and sweating and all those good things. But thank you so much. You know I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. And that's it. I'll see you soon. Bye.